Welcome back to True Stories from the Bible, where timeless stories come alive for every heart, young and old. Join me as I dive deep into the mysteries of God's perfect world creation and see if I can uncover its hidden secrets. Have you ever wondered what lies behind perfection of God's creation? What was the world really like when it was brand new, untouched by time, sin, or sorrow? Let's find out together. This is a part 1 of the story. Please endeavor to watch part 1 and 2.
In the beginning, before the hum of bees or the hush of wind through trees, before even the tick of time itself, there was only God. Not silence, not emptiness, but the living presence of the Creator, vast and brilliant, speaking with a voice that thundered through the void and yet wrapped itself in love like a whisper. And then he said, in a voice deep and commanding, yet gentle as a father's love, "Let there be light." And suddenly, the darkness split. Radiance poured out like water from an endless fountain. The universe opened its eyes. The earth took shape under God's gaze, a swirling ball of beauty wrapped in air and bathed in light. Waters surged into place, and land rose strong beneath blue skies. The Creator's hands, if they could be seen, would have moved with both precision and tenderness. Green burst forth. Soft moss rolled across the earth like a velvet carpet. Flowers opened with colors no human eye had yet seen. Fruit trees rose from the soil, mango, fig, olive, pomegranate, all ripe with promise. Every leaf whispered his name. Mountains stood tall like royal sentinels, and rivers carved their way across the landscape like silver ribbons. One river split into 4 mighty streams, sparkling in the sunlight, the Pishon, Gihon, Tigris, and Euphrates. And nestled in the east of this new world, where beauty rested like a crown upon the earth, was a garden, Eden. The Garden of Eden was unlike anything this world has known since. Every blade of grass, every ripple on the pond, every hummingbird wing and leopard's paw pulsed with peace. Time didn't rush. The sun warmed the soil by day, and the moon danced through the trees by night. There was no fear, no pain, no death. Only life, perfect and full. God, walking through the garden, looked upon it and saw it was good. But someone was missing. From the ground, God formed a figure. Not a tree, not a deer, but something far more sacred. He reached into the dust with care and shaped a man. He carved strong arms, a chest that would one day lift children, hands that could build, and eyes capable of wonder. Then silence. The figure lay still. God leaned close and with a powerful breath breathed life into the man's nostrils, and the man blinked. His eyes opened to light and color and beauty unimaginable. His lungs filled with the first breath of a perfect world. This was Adam, the first human. The very image of God, alive and whole. Adam stood among the trees, feeling the wind on his face, hearing birdsong, seeing the majesty of creation, and somehow understanding. He was part of it, but also set apart. God smiled. "Adam," his voice rang like music through the trees, "you are to care for this garden, tend it, name every creature." And so Adam walked, learning the world through wonder. A tall creature with ivory tusks. Elephant, that fast runner with spots. Cheetah, the playful one with paws and a purr. Cat. But as Adam watched, he began to notice something. The elephants came in twos. The cheetahs, lions, deer, and even the birds each had a mate. Each had a companion. But Adam stood alone. God saw this and said with gentle strength, "It is not good for man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." And so, God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. The garden hushed. Even the breeze seemed to hold its breath. From Adam's side, God took a rib, not from the head to rule over him, not from the feet to be beneath him, but from his side close to his heart, beneath his arm so she would be his equal, his partner, his companion. From that rib, God fashioned something extraordinary. Not from dust this time, but from Adam's own body, shaped with loving detail and sacred intent. A woman. Her hair soft like silk, her eyes bright with the reflection of Eden, her presence as peaceful as the still waters. When Adam awoke and saw her, he breathed a sound of awe. "At last," he said, joy echoing in his voice. "This is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh." She was called Eve because she would become the mother of all the living. God watched them together and was pleased. They were naked, yet they felt no shame. They walked with God in the cool of the day. Their hearts were open, their spirits unburdened. No pain, no lies, no guilt, only love. God showed them every part of the garden, every tree and flower. The garden was theirs to tend, to enjoy, to explore. But as they neared the center, God's tone grew solemn. You may eat from any tree in the garden, freely and with joy. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you must not eat, for in the day you eat of it, you will surely die. Adam and Eve looked at the tree. Its fruit was bright, beautiful. The leaves shimmered with an unnatural glow. There was a mystery about it, something sacred and veiled. And yet they turned away, trusting the voice of their father. Still, somewhere in the garden's shadow, a faint tension hummed in the air, a whisper of something else, a flicker of curiosity. Suspense stirred not fear, but a question hanging, unspoken. Why would God place a tree they could not touch? Why give them the choice? Because love, real love, must choose. Freedom is the soil where love takes root. Each day, Adam and Eve woke to light, to laughter, to a world that knew no sin. They walked through meadows hand in hand. Birds sang from the trees. The lion lay beside the lamb. Peace was not a hope, it was reality. And still, the tree stood in the center, untouched for now. God's love surrounded them like sunlight. His presence was with them, not distant, not hidden. He walked with them, spoke to them, delighted in their wonder. They were His children. He did not create robots or slaves. He created hearts. Hearts that could learn. Hearts that could grow. Hearts that could choose. The beauty of Eden wasn't just in the flowers or fruit or fountains. It was in the freedom, the love, the harmony between man, woman, and God. And as the sun set on another perfect day, and the stars stretched their arms across the sky, Adam and Eve lay beneath the trees, full, at peace, at home. The world was still perfect, but change was coming. Not from God, but from another, a voice slithering close, waiting for the moment. But that is a story for another time. So, if you've ever wondered what the Garden of Eden was truly like, the truth is more breathtaking than any painting, more mysterious than any tale. It was a world built on love, a world where man walked with God, a world that whispered the promise of forever. The creation of the world wasn't just about stars and soil, it was about relationship, between creator and creation, between man and woman, between freedom and purpose. God didn't just make a planet, He made a home. He didn't just shape bodies, He breathed life. And He didn't just command obedience, He offered love. We were made for more, made to live, to love, to choose. And even though that perfect garden was once lost, the heart of God has never changed. He still longs for us to walk with Him. He still calls us by name. This is the story of the Garden of Eden, a glimpse into a world untouched by sorrow, held together by divine love. A story for families, a story for children, a story for all of us. And it's only the beginning. Want to know what happens next? Watch out for part 2. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please hit the button subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on our Bible stories.